Let me know.
Oh,
See that.
okay. There you go.
Good to go?
Yeah,
Okay.
looked okay. Yeah.
All right. Elaine, we're off and running here. Appreciate you making this happen. Do another Linchpin member interview.
Yes, thank you. I know. When you sent that I guess that post, I was like, oh gosh, okay, I don't want to turn it down because it's funny with my job, I have to socialize. I have to be that person to comfort them, and then when
Hmm.
I'm home or when I'm on social events, I'm like, I tend to stay quiet because I'm
Good
actually
for you.
an introvert, which is weird for my job. But
Well, let people know, what is your occupation? What forces you to be an extrovert?
well, I am a dental hygienist. I pretty much take care of people's, I guess, gum health, mouth health, everything just up here, pretty
Hmm.
much. Um, and there's nervous people who come in my chair. Some have come in crying, some have come in shaking, like just so I have to be almost a therapist at the same time to just kind of calm them down. And then they're fine at the end of the appointment. So I kind of have to, I guess, baby some patients, but I think they appreciate it at the end of the day. Like, oh, thank you for not hurting me. I'm like, that's not my goal here. It's
Right,
I'm not
right.
gonna I'm not gonna hurt you. So, but I have to talk to, I ask about their life and of course their home care. And so you get to chatting for 40 minutes and then, the next person, so the next person, the next person. And I work 7, 8 hours a day. So that's 7 to 8 people I'm talking to all day
All day.
long, all day. And then when I get home, my husband wants to talk to me and I'm like, can I just take a shower real quick and
I
you
fully
know,
believe that.
yeah,
You
yeah.
the conversations that you have, I mean, I'm going to assume that you have your standard list of questions that you like to go through, so you're just on repeat for 7 or 8 people
Yeah,
during the day.
pretty much. I say, how was your weekend? You have any plans this summer? Or holidays. It's like, okay, what are you doing for Christmas? The same stuff, but
And then
patients
they're trying to
actually
respond while like something is in their own set.
yeah. But I've gotten pretty good about kind of like getting my instruments out and then having the and obviously suction and all this stuff so they have a clear mouth so they can speak. I've learned that over the years because the patients have been like, gosh, every time a hygienist tries to ask me questions, there's just so much stuff in my mouth. I'm like, well, yeah, so
That's
you
part of the
know
job.
that's part of the job. But
Um, what
yeah.
was I just going to say? So you do that. Would you just prefer, and maybe you can't speak for all hygienists, maybe this would just be you. Would this be awkward or would this be wonderful if somebody sat down and just like, look, I know you've got to deal with so many people today. I'm perfectly fine with just sitting here closing my eyes and not talking. You can just do your job. Would you be like, oh, that's great? You'd be like, oh, this is actually more awkward now.
No, I actually prefer that. That's totally fine because I can get my job done faster. I mean, efficient and fast because if you think about it, it's just I'm a one man team in my room. I have to
Hmm.
set up, clean up, set up again, do my chart, try to get a snack, try to use the restroom, all in
Hmm.
this hour. And sometimes when, you know, they get chatty or
Right?
all this, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm
You're like, we
running
got a
late.
schedule here,
Yeah,
people.
yeah. I'm running behind. So it gets kind of, and this could be relatable for all hygienists, but getting behind it ruins the day, like just sets you up for failure pretty much.
It's funny because
It's,
I'm not a forced chit chat person. Like if I'm
yeah,
having a conversation and it's an enjoyable conversation, that's great. But like a forced chit chat, or you feel like it's obligatory in some way, like okay, now you're here in my chair, I have to kind of talk to you. Like I would be happy to bow out of that conversation as well. So maybe I'll try it the next time I go to the dentist and give you a report as to whether or not it was well received, or
yeah,
not well received. But I have to think probably even later in the day, they'd be like, thank you. Thank you.
yeah,
Hour number 6. That's wonderful. The
yeah.
coffee's worn off. And and I could go for it. The fears that people have when they sit down, I guess they have the whole range, right? Because I tend to think people are generally scared of needles and whatnot, but it could just be the cleaning instruments, the scraping, I mean, maybe just mouth stuff in general. You get people legitimately like almost, is it like an almost daily deal or just like one a week or so that somebody's like legitimately scared of what's going down?
There'll be like one or two a week. And
Okay.
I work 3 to 4 days,
Okay.
7 hour days. So there's generally one or two. And then I've worked in an office for 9 years. I'm still there. So when I look at my schedule ahead of time, I kind of know who they are already.
Gotcha.
Um, so that's nice. But when I work at new offices, I have to kind of learn the
Will they
patients
tell you? Do they
there.
walk in and they're like, I'm terrified, or do you just have to figure it out because you see them shaking?
They'll tell me. They'll tell me how to, once I sit them down, get them ready, they're like, just letting you know, I don't like the scraping. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try my best to not scrape so hard, but I'm like, I have to remove the stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's my job. If I leave it, then that's not me being
So
efficient at anything.
what's your take as a professional? With the number of clients that you deal with, do you sit down and, most of the time they open the mouths and you're like, okay, you're right, you're doing pretty good. You're like, holy cow, people, you need to take good care of what's going on. This is a terrible state of affairs. Are most people doing an acceptable job, or most of the time you just shake your head and you're like, what are you doing at home?
I only have to do that for, I'm not gonna lie, the teenagers. They are the worst. And they're younger than me, so I'm like I could kind of be harder on them.
Hmm.
I'm one to respect my elders, so when there's someone older than me, I have to kind of be like, hey, we need to work on this area here first, right? Because I
Choose your
think,
language
yes,
appropriately.
I have to be nice. I'm usually nice about it. But with the kids like 16, 17 and under, oh my gosh, that's when I'm like, I have to pull all my instruments out. I'm like, hey, like you need to do better. Like this is not acceptable. Like what are you doing? In a nicer way, obviously, because
Of
then
course.
they'll rat me out. But and I get it. I used to be a teenager. I was once there, but dealing with them now, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's now I understand why parents tend to kind of give up like at that
Hmm.
stage, especially when they have braces.
Oh
That's
my goodness.
that's yeah, that's when all hell breaks loose.
We have a
Um,
teenager in braces right now.
yeah, so you just have to kind of check. You got to check them. I mean, I know they're teenagers. They think
Oh,
they know better, but uh,
the problem with ours is even before braces, he's a wonderful human being, but even
yeah.
before braces, he's not an attention to detail sort of a guy.
Hmm.
So without braces, he'd have a tough time keeping it. Now you've got braces on there with all
Yeah,
these extra nooks and crannies. I'm like, oh, this is
yeah.
gonna be a nightmare.
I've had to tell parents couple of times. I'm like, they need to go back to the orthodontist to remove the braces because
Oh,
that's how bad the hygiene was. Yeah, it was just the gums were
oh,
just so inflamed, not like just bleeding when I look at it. Like that's how
oh
bad.
man. I've
Yeah,
never
and
even
then
heard of that. I didn't know that was an
yeah,
option.
yeah, I've had to do it a couple of very rare, but when the gums start kind of going towards the bracket, that's how you know it's bad. Like when it's damn near touching the bracket, I'm like, all right, your son or daughter, I'm like, you need to take this off because this is not
Oh, wow.
healthy. Yeah. So it's been a while since I've had to do
Thank
that.
goodness.
Yeah, but still I've had to be firm with a couple teenagers not too long ago. because
Oh
it's
man.
just, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And the other general thing is everyone's just told to floss, but everyone hates flossing. Is it really important?
it is.
Okay. We should
Even
do
though,
it. We
even though I'm,
actually should do it.
it's pretty bad. It's pretty sad because I should know better, but I need to work on that as well. So
No one
that's
likes
one.
flossing.
It's just at the end of the day, I'm like, I just want to go to bed, you know. But when I eat steak, because we eat a lot of steak, I'm like forced to, I have to because it gets stuck into certain
Hmm.
spots. But yes, flossing is important, but I try not to scold my patients too much because I think about myself and I'm like, I need to do better.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
so
So
yeah.
I'm curious. So you've touched on it a couple times. I think it's a fascinating aspect that people don't consider of individuals who work in an industry like yourself, where you have a technical trade or skill that you apply, but you're not
Mhm.
applying it in some dark corner of a factory with no human beings around. You have to apply it while being social, while being engaged, while being this wonderfully positive experience, like while communicating what's going on, while putting people's fears aside. Like that's a lot of like extra duties on top of your regular skill that you need to do just for your occupation. And now so you're exerting all sorts of effort, be it physical, mental, emotional, the whole day long. Then you come home to children and a
Yeah.
husband who are like, now we want you to fill our cup as well.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm drained. Thank you. How do you, I mean, a lot of people live in that world. How do you navigate that? Because you also, you have to take care of yourself too.
Yeah, I know. Well, when you
Just the
have to
best
wear,
you can.
yeah, I have one eye open by like 6:30, but we're still trekking along. I put the kids to bed. My husband helps me out, so I'm thankful he does. But I have to, get the girls ready, like their stuff for tomorrow. I got to get my stuff ready for work tomorrow. I gotta I clean up the kitchen, and then once the kitchen is closed, I go to the living room. Once the living room is closed,
Mm,
finally I can get to bed. But that's at my goal is like 8:30. I want to be in bed, not asleep, but I just want to be
amen.
in my pajamas. Brush. Hopefully, I brush my teeth at that point, and
Right.
then and then just kind of veg. I veg out. I catch up on my phone, which is probably not a good thing, but
We all do it. I'm right there
I
with
know
you.
that's the only time I kind of get. So when I walk in the house, like, yes, I get excited. I see my kids, but when they start demanding of me, I'm like, oh gosh, here we go. I'm like, here it is.
Oh, I mean that, but
Yeah.
that's real life. I remember last night at the dinner table after just a long typical day like everyone else has. Our days are
Yeah.
much like everybody else's. When we've got a little girl who just turned 4, then we have two boys, a 13 and a 5-year-old. And
Oh,
and our little girl was just like a buzzsaw with the questions to my wife, like nonstop peppering. As soon as she'd finish one, it was mommy, mommy, like right in.
yeah.
My wife's just trying to cut her food and eat, and it was literally nonstop. That after fielding plenty of them, my wife was just like, "Honey, I'm on a question timeout. You are not allowed me to ask me any more questions until I tell you that you can." To of course, which my daughter said, "Why?" Another
Yeah.
question, like so. It's nonstop.
That sounds like my 6-year-old. Mommy, mommy, where's my dinner? Mommy, I want my water. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, where is your dad? Like, go find your dad. Then she finds my husband and he's like, where's your mom? I'm like, leave me alone. Just leave
Don't
me al-
circle her back to
yeah,
me.
leave me out of this. Like, yeah. So my 6-year-old is the same. Now that you're saying that, she's the same way. And now it's why. And then I give her the why, and she's like, well, but why? And I'm like,
Hmm.
Aylin, I don't know. I don't know everything. She's like, well, why
Right.
not? I was like, I
You just
don't.
want to close this one and move
Yeah,
on.
yeah. I'm like, can we just play the silent game? She's like, no. And I'm like, okay.
Ooh, I haven't heard that phrase. The silent game. I'm gonna
Yeah.
steal that and ask my daughter if
Yeah.
we can play the silent
See,
game every
see if
now and
that
then.
works. Who knows if she'll last very long because they don't last very long. It's like funny. It's like funny to them. Like, oh, I lost. So,
Oh, I can't. This is a couple weeks ago. My daughter said something. We were going back and forth about something. God bless her. She's a stubborn little girl. It'll serve her well later in life, but like
yeah.
now it's challenging. And she just wouldn't let something go, even though I told her multiple times, like, this is done. With this decision's made, like we're done. And being patient for as long as I could, and then after the thousandth time, I like got a little stern and I was like, look, I said like that we're not doing it. This is
Hmm.
over. We're done talking about it. And there was like this little pause. I was like cleaning something at the sink, and I just hear this little voice go, "Well, I want to still talk about it, so we're not done." And it was actually so funny that I just started laughing. I was like, "What
That's
is this? Is
funny.
just life. This is just what life is
Yeah.
right now." I'm arguing
Yeah.
with this little person over and over again.
Yeah. That's how it is with our 6-year-old. She'll say something just out of the blue, and my husband will look at her and just start laughing. Then he looks at me, and I'm like, yeah, it's hard to. It's frustrating. I get, it's frustrating, especially when there's other people who demand of you,
Mm.
because I have a 1-year old, so
Oh,
she gets kind of whiny herself. I'm like, okay. Um, and then dealing with the 6-year old who can talk way more than she needs to. But yeah, it's the same here in my house. I mean, we love it. We love it's pure chaos.
it's a
It's
beautiful chaos, but it is
yeah,
chaos.
it's chaos. It is chaos. So sometimes when I'm at work, I'm like, all right, I guess it's a break, but not really.
Correct.
But it kind of is because I can actually sit down and have a conversation with an adult, and I can
Hmm.
eat my lunch in peace, and I could sit in my car for a little bit. And I'm like, okay, it's
Yep.
time to switch modes here from, hygienist to wife and mom and housekeeper and all
So
this
with
stuff.
all this
So,
hecticness going on, or I guess two questions. Number one, when do you find the time to get in workouts? And then number two, most of us understand the physical benefits of working out, but with all that you have going on, is working out also good for you between the ears?
um, well, question one, I work out in the morning because that's when
Oh, you
everyone
do. What
is
time?
asleep. Um, when I was going to like regular gym and my last box, I would go at so the regular gym I used to go at 4:30 in the morning.
Wow.
I would go 4:30 to 5:30, come home, do a little bit of my cardio in my garage, be ready for work and all this stuff by 6:30. And then when I had my second one, I started going back to my last place when I was 4 months postpartum, and I was going at 5 a.m.
Wow, the morning
Yeah.
crew.
Yeah, the zombie crew. That's what it is.
I just one of those deals, I guess you got no choice. You get it in then or you don't get it in.
Yeah, and then when I went back to work, um, there were, some mornings, of course, I couldn't wake up, so after I would have to go after work. I'd have to go at the 5:30 class, which is fine, but you're done at 6:30, you have to clean up. You're literally out of there by quarter to 7, and I'm trying to rush home to
Now
be
it's
able,
hectic.
yeah, to be able to just see my kids like they're eating dinner already, and I'm like, this is not the time slot. I mean, I've taken my 6-year-old with me. I'd come home for a bit. If I didn't make it at like the 4 o'clock class, I'd come home for a bit around 5, and I'd bring her with me,
Mm.
just so she can get out of the house. And then yeah, we'd be out of there by quarter to 7. She's starving, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, this is not happening anymore. So now that I've switched to working out at home, I get in the garage by 6 o'clock on my days off, and then
Okay.
the days I work, um, Normally Tuesdays I work out in the afternoon. So I get home around 4:30 and then I
Okay.
hop in there quarter to 5.
And I always tell people like it's a big fitness world out there, right? There's something for everybody that fits
Yeah.
everybody's different needs. Some people could never work out at home. Other people love it and everything in between. Are you the sort of person that you're doing this now out of necessity and you can force yourself to do it? Meaning, does the discipline required to work out at home come naturally to you, or is this very forced?
You know what? It came naturally after I had my second one.
Okay.
And even with my firstborn, I would do, strength training at the garage. We have pretty much almost everything I need. Like if I didn't want to use machines, I could just
Yep.
squat at home. I could do all this stuff with a barbell, all this stuff with a dumbbell. So sometimes I'd work it at home. Um, but ever since I had my second one, I've had to kind of flip my brain here and be like, okay, I can have my both my girls with me in the garage while I get a quick 30-minute, 40-minute if I'm lucky, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And they can watch me. And when my second one was 2.5, 3 months old, I had to kind of baby wear her while I was exercising because that was the only way she would stop
God bless the
crying.
moms.
So, but that was fun. It got me good extra sweat and it was like a weighted vest. So, but she's fine now. I have a little playpen in the garage where I put both the girls in it, and then I put some educational stuff on the TV so they can kind of leave me alone for that 30 minutes that I need. And then we go back inside the house, and it's kind of it's worked out like for the
What kind of
best.
you got a good range between those two. Assume that the older one might be a bit more interested in whatever content is on the screen. Do you have any recommendations for good educational content that you can click on that other parents might like?
I just put Miss Rachel on.
Miss Rachel's amazing.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
amazing. I think
yeah.
she's taught my daughter most of what she knows.
Yeah, yeah. The baby loves it. She just stares at, she stares at it, then she plays, and then when she hears a song that she loves, she looks at me and she smiles. Then she looks back at the TV and I'm riding my bike. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, keep,
Yep.
keep
There's some stuff
watching.
I can't stand, but like I had Miss Rachel on for her this morning when she was having breakfast, just to kind of keep her occupied. And it was shapes and numbers and stuff. I was like, this is great.
Yeah,
I'm good with this. This is
there's
good stuff.
there's a few, like my daughter, my first one, my 6-year-old, she liked Blippi, but
Right.
I couldn't do it very long, but
Yeah, I would be interested to meet Blippi in the real world
yeah,
and be like, is this just a persona that you have on YouTube, or like, because it's a strange thing for a grown man.
very,
There's
yeah.
something bizarre happening.
Yeah, that's what it was. My husband's like, turn this off. And she's like, I like it. And he's like telling me like, this is weird. I'm like, I will
Something's
turn
not
I'll
right. It gives
yeah,
you a
yeah,
weird feeling. Something's
yeah,
not. The kids love it,
yeah,
but something
yeah,
doesn't feel right.
yeah. So I'm like, I'll turn it off. So now she'll watch Miss Rachel with my 1-year-old. So just to
Yeah,
kind of
Miss
keep them
Rachel. And
both
I don't know where she
occupied.
got this, but my 4-year-old loves Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
I don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
Absolutely loves it, and so that's got my full support as well. Um, I'm curious, maybe just I'll let you get back
Funny.
today, kind of in wrapping up. I think your story will resonate with a lot of people. Busy mom, lot going on, professional occupation, emotionally demanding, all that stuff. Like you just don't have free time falling out of your ears. How in the world? What would be, I guess, your advice or recommendation to mothers working moms in a similar situation that have let their fitness slide and they felt like it's okay because I'm busy, and
Yeah.
but you're never not going to be busy. So what would be your advice to starting to get fitness back into their lives? Tips or tricks?
I would just right now, as I said, I involve the kids. My 6-year-old will be running around while I'm trying to do a wad, but I'm like, hey, can you just stay in this corner, while mommy does, she knows there's heavy weights and stuff because my husband
Hmm.
works out too. So she knows the safety, but she gets a little crazy in there. So we try to be influential to the girls. I mean, my
Mm,
1-year-old doesn't care, but my six
right.
year old kind of knows like, this is how we stay healthy. This is how we get to live for a
That's
very long
cool.
time. We have to exercise and eat right and sleep and all this stuff. So she understands. The nutrition part for her is a little different, but um,
Right.
for a 6-year-old. But I would just honestly, you have to find that pocket. That's what it is for me. So that's why, yes, I go to bed 10 o'clock the latest.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wake up early. I know my kids are asleep. They're not going to bother me. My husband's asleep. This is my hour and something minutes to just for me, you know,
Mm-hmm.
um, for my mental health, for my physical health, so I can be around for my kids for a very long time. That's my end goal is to just see them grow up, see my grandkids, be able to carry them, be able to help them out, all this stuff. Because I have seen grandparents, who can't help their kids out, and
Sure.
because they're not in great shape. And I'm like, that's not that's not going to be me. And my husband's
100%.
the same way. Him and I also are, I guess, into our physique as well. So I guess that's how it works for the
It's a good
boat. You know
thing.
what I mean? Like it just we want to be in great shape for as we get older because my husband's 40, I'll be 36. So I'm not getting any younger,
Yep.
I can't abuse my body the way I did when I was 20. So now I'm really trying to hone in on it. So yeah, I would just say, find that time. It is hard doing in the morning. It's hard doing it when the kids are asleep. It's hard doing it. It's hard. It's for sure hard, but I find that pocket. So in the morning or um during her nap time, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I ran this morning, so I did that already. So now I can just kind of hang out here.
I have to
Um
go do that.
yeah. So yeah, I had to wake up at I literally woke set my alarm at 5:30. I got dressed, restroom, put my sneakers on, and I started the clock. I'm like, all right, let's do this. So
Good for you. I mean,
yeah,
whether you give yourself credit or not, I mean, that's some legit discipline. It really is. Whether you've always had it or it was instilled in you or you developed it over the years, like you definitely got it now, and that's such a big deal, right? Because nobody wants to get up at that hour, but you understand that it's worth it. Like it may
yeah,
not be what you want to do, but it's worth it in the long run because you have goals for the sort of grandparent want to be. You have goals for what you want to do with your kid, and like those goals aren't going to achieve themselves, quite
yeah,
frankly. You got to put
no,
in the work, and so. Yeah, good on you. That's pretty awesome.
yeah, yeah. And then normally if I don't work out for the day, I kind of feel like I'm in a funk, and my husband notices it too, and he's like, go outside. And I'm like, I don't want to. So it's just,
I
we're the same. We're kind of the same. So, yeah, it for sure, it helps both of us, especially in the midst of the chaos right now. We just need that time alone, whether, you know, yeah, we just kind of need that time. So my slot is usually the morning slot, and then my husband is the afternoon slot. But he's huffing and puffing out there because he's tired from work, and I'm like, you should have just joined me. But he
you
needs
got
all
it
the
done.
equipment out. Yeah,
It's off your
so
plate. It's off your
whatever.
plate.
Yeah, yeah,
Man, that's super cool. I appreciate you being open and honest and sharing stuff about your work life and what goes on at home. Again, I think it'll be incredibly relatable to a whole bunch of just busy families out there. So, Alainna,
so
thank you. Thank you so much for your story and thanks for being a part of Linchpin.
thank you. It's been awesome. What I've been a member for 3 months, and I love it. Now I'm like, I don't even want to go back to my old place because they murder us over there every day, and I don't want to feel that way anymore. Just I'm
You wouldn't be the first person to say that with regards to just, knees back
yeah,
and shoulders and things like that, which
yeah,
we take good care of for the rest of our lives. But
yeah, yeah,
yeah, well, enjoy the rest of your day, and I know for sure I'll see you online.
yeah. Well, thank you so much.
All right, talk to you soon.
Bye.